So the next three, 13, 14, and 15. B'yishuv, b'mikra, and b'mishnah. So again, now we're still moving kind of now practically, right? The last three were about the three relationships in learning, right? You have a teacher, you have companions, and you have students. So now he says, b'yishuv, to sit, right? Be deliberate, right? Yeshiva is yeshiva, right? It's interesting. Why do we call yeshiva to sit, right? So there's a couple of different approaches that I've seen on this. But the first is to just be involved. When we say you're going to go to yeshiva, right? You're going to yoshev. I'm going to go sit and learn. If you tell me you're going to sit and learn, I don't know whether you're learning Chumash, whether you're learning Mishnah, or you're learning Gemara, you're learning Musar, you're learning Pirkei. What are you learning? So the first is the concept. The first step is learn. Sit in a constant, deliberate, conscious way, right? And learn. Think things out. Work through the ideas. I don't really care whether what you're learning, it's like this we're just like the readings, right? So we're going to sit and learn midrashim. I'm just going to sit and we're going to go through a midrash and, work out what's the moral of the tale and talk it over and think about it and we'll learn. It's just, pick material. It doesn't really matter what the material is. It doesn't matter. There's lots and lots and lots of stuff. Figure out something that appeals to you. Right? But the key is that you have to yoshev, you have to sit. You have to find a time and find a place and sit down and deliberate on it. Right? It's not something that you're going to learn, right? That you're going to learn in passing. That you get clarity by being, again, focused on learning. So yishuv. I'm going to sit and I'm going to learn. Okay, so now what am I going to learn? All right, now because again, you're going to start with a little bit of Musar. I'm going to sit in the Rebbe's Mishnah Berurah. I'm going to hear a little halacha. I'm going to go to the Rebbitzin's class where she talks on Parsha on Monday nights. Whatever the pieces are, learn, right? Then he says Mikra. Learn the Chumash. That there's so far, everything that we've done to this point has been a general tool for Chachma, for wisdom. Not just wisdom in Torah. You could use the tools that we just went, and then wisdom for learning. There's a Rav here that uses the 48 ways to show how it's the 48 tools that you can use to be the best banker in the world. And it's the 48 tools to be the best lawyer. And it's the 48 tools to be the best... And he shows how each of these things is a general tool for application to life. So he asks the question, how is this one? Right, this says Mikra. He says, ultimately, everything comes down to the written word. That if you want to get into wisdom, if you understand that wisdom, that Chachma, the Torah comes from Torah, right? Well, so what's Torah? So there's only so long, it's nice for me to teach, good touchy-feely Mishnayot. Right? I'm going to teach Pirkei Avos, I'm going to teach, philosophy, and I'm going to teach Musar, and we're going to teach ideas. He says, there's a certain point where you have to get grounded. Right? The basis of everything that we believe in is Chumash, is Tanakh, Torah, right? Nevi'im, Ketuvim, right? The Torah, the prophets, the writings. Right? You got to learn them, read them, know what's in there. Foundationally, you got to know what's there. You got to learn it, read it. You got to learn it. You got to understand it. You got to organize it. You got to integrate it, right? You got to get in touch with it. You have to have a familiarity, right? I'm a Jew. I'm a Torah Jew. I'm a Frum Jew. I'm a learned Jew, but I don't know anything about the Torah. It doesn't work. Because it's like you can wander off into whatever you're going to wander off in. So the first is the foundational text that sets up everything else. At some point, you got to sit down and learn it. Read it. Know the Bible. The next one is Mishnah, is the oral law. Right, the word Mishnah has the word tu in it. Right, Shin Nun Hey. right? Mishnah, to repeat. It's repetition, to review. It's the oral law. That the thing that sets us apart from the other philosophical systems or religions that have picked up our books is that we have Mishnah. We have Masorah. We have an oral explanation of how everything works. Right? That God did not just, and our teachers did not just give us the book. They explained to us, when it says make a mezuzah, we have a book that says here's what a mezuzah is. We can talk about what a mezuzah is and how it works. Right? When we say there's 4 categories of damages, and the Torah mentions a person, damage. So we take and explain what that is. What do we mean? Right? When we talk about a goring ox, so what exactly, what's the difference of fire and an ox? Well, fire goes on its own. An ox has some level of intelligence, right? And that it's getting some pleasure, right? Fire gets no pleasure in burning stuff, but the ox is getting some pleasure in eating my wheat. It's like, and the Mishnah will take the principles and extrapolate out that our book is not a dead book. Like the thing that separates the Jews from the Karaites, the Jews from the Tzedukim, right? Is that we have Mishnah, that we have the repetition and the explanation. That if you merely read the words and then fit them to whatever you want them to fit, then you can make up the religion into anything you want it to be. You move away from truth and move back into self-service. Right? The thing that keeps us online with truth is that we have a full body of hermeneutical principles and a Masorah, tools for learning it out, and a tradition, a Masorah of what it actually means that sit next to Torah learning. And so, again, Yishuv, Mishnah, Yishuv Mikra Mishnah, that the material of learning is, 1, Yishuv, sit and learn. Sit and learn, right? You get people like, I need to go to a Gemara, but I don't have a Havrusa, so I don't go at all. Sit and learn. I don't care whether it's Masorah and Allah, learn. Now get grounded. We're learning, so let's learn the basic material. And then Mishnah is let's learn it properly. Let's learn it with all of the richness and detail and explanation, right, and construction of how it actually works. So those are those 3 that go together.